Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Now, strap season, I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a peace, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge while they eat. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the eat.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a beast. When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they want to call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, my people? What's going on to my 300? What's happening? Of course, we got Bam, Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? He is fighting tonight. You know what I'm saying? I did not want to see those 100 goddamn Hispanic fighters. That's why I didn't come on earlier. You know what I mean? So I want to see the main event. It wasn't nobody else I wanted to see on that card. So basically, you know what I'm saying, Bam has moved up from 115. He's moved up from 115 to 118. And he was one belt from undisputed at 115. All he had to do was fight Andrews Mahoney. And I don't think he's like a big deal or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He got stretched by Juno Nakatani back, I forgot what year it was, but it was about 3 fights ago where he got knocked out by how you say that dude name? Junti Nakatani? By Nakatani. He got KO'd, right? Andrew Mahoney. So I don't know why in the fuck that I don't know why the hell that Bam didn't go ahead and get undisputed, you know what I'm saying, or fight for undisputed at that time, because he was one belt away. He unified everything except for the IBF, right? So it's kind of interesting that he did not, become undisputed. Now it's a big accolade, but for some fighters, they don't care about that shit. I mean, I don't know why it was more important to move up to 118 to fight Antonio Vargas at 118. I really don't understand that. Or he figured that he could go back down and just do it all over again. I don't know if his plans is to go up to 122. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see a fight between Bam and anyway. I think that would be a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? I think those two would really set it off at the tic tac divisions. The 115, the 118. And Bam seems to be, what I'm saying, having his way down there at those divisions. I think that would be a good fight because I think Bam is a better fighter than Inoue, a better skilled fighter. I think Inoue is he's a very athletic guy. Um, I sense that, what I'm saying, I would question if he has something other things going on, but I don't know. I don't have no proof. Bam, they say Bam might be on something too. So, I would love to see that fight. But Inoue is up at what 122, campaigning at 122, and you got Bam campaigning at 118. So, you know, he's an exciting fighter. I love Bam's style. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I love Bam's style. I love the challenges that he take. But I don't understand how he moves as a fighter. But I do like watching the all-out action that he brings. Because he's an aggressive motherfucker and he really throws combinations in bunches, bro. He's an exciting fucking fighter. You know what I'm saying? For the tic tac weights, you know what I'm saying? And if you like action, man, Bam is that dude that's gonna go out there and take you out. And Antonio Vargas, you know what I'm saying? He got Falummaloomed by Jose Cardenas, you know what I'm saying, back in 2019. And he has been on he's been on a tear. He's been on an 11 win run. And so, you know what I'm saying? He did not go back and try to get that win from Jose Dinas. You know what I'm saying? He has not crossed that dude again, but he's been on 11 win, 11 fight win run. And, this is his time to see if he can really stack up. He really thinks if he beats Jesse Rodriguez that he's going to become a big name and in saying in these little tic tac divisions, right? So he think he's going to be a star if he beats Rodriguez, Bam, right? But I don't think he understands fully how how good Bam is. Bam kind of runs 115. He's kind of runs 118. That's kind of his niche, right? And he's just a very technical, a very athletic, a very skilled guy. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I wish that Bam and Inoue could have somehow lined this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because really a lot of people don't like messing with the tic tac divisions, but I think Bam is worthwhile watching. I mean, I think he has enough grit. I think he's exciting. Um, and I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? I like him. You know what I'm saying? I want to see, what I'm saying, Bam move up. I mean, I don't know if he'll move up from 118 or maybe he'll go up the challenge at 122, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to, to see if he'll do that or if he'll take a risk and maybe, go up to 126 and fight somebody. So that's a lot. Um, that's a lot of divisions to jump. You know what I'm saying? To prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? We've been looking at Bam for a while, and what I'm saying, anytime I watch a Jesse Rodriguez fight, I'm never disappointed. What I'm saying? I'm never disappointed. He's always making history. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys really be going at it at these light weights. You know what I'm saying? It's just that people don't really give a shit about they really don't give a shit about the 115 or the 118 division. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to garner a lot of interest in these divisions, you know what I'm saying? Because, mostly they are Hispanic in nature or they're foreign in nature. You can hardly pronounce their fucking last names. The only reason you can pronounce their last names is because most Mexicans be having the same goddamn name. Since every time I'm Googling shit, it'd be like shit. You say something about Vargas, it'd be 14 goddamn Antonio Vargases. So it'd be 18 goddamn, you'd be like, damn, I almost thought this And I almost thought this Jose Cardino was the same one that Abdullah Mason fought. Actually, they two different motherfuckers. So I'm just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Almost came on here talking shit about, the same dude that knocked out Antonio Vargas was the same dude that knocked out that got knocked out by Abdullah Mason. So I was just like, you gotta watch it, man, because they all be having the same fucking name. You know what I'm saying? Only the middle name be different. So you got to watch it, you know what I'm saying, with these tic tac divisions. And, but it'd be a lot of good action, like Chocolate Tito. I mean, he was a bad motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You had Antonio Barrera, you had Eric Morales, you know what I'm saying? They lit up the damn light the weight division. You had Pacquiao down there. They lit up these divisions, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's some really good fighting if you like technical boxing, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the knockout artists saying that's down there like Inouye, Monster Inouye. So, they just be throwing caution to the wind, bro. They be getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a lot of, you know what I'm saying, back and forth. There'd be a lot of there'd be a there'd be there's a lot of mano battling that be at the lightweight division. So it's very exciting if you give it a chance. So, so I decided I said, man, I don't want to watch all the prelims. I want to see the main event. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not familiar with a lot of the with a lot of those fights that's around those divisions. I'm familiar with Bam, and I was familiar with the old guard. So I say, okay, let's come on tonight and let's see what Bam is looking like. You know, let's see. Let me see. So I'm trying. I mean, I paid for the zone, so I've been on the zone for a minute since the last fight. So right now, they're commercial and we should be in, what I'm saying, I hope my 300 come on through tonight, but I understand that a lot of people are not into the 118 division. A lot of people are not into the 115 division. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a hardcore boxing fan, you know what I'm saying, you pretty much respect Bam and what he has done. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you unify three belts, you're pretty much a bad dude. And he has unified three belts at 115. And so, he's a little bad dude. So, this should be a pretty good damn fight. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude is hungry. He pretty much want to prove himself, you know what I'm saying? And Bam is a bad boy, you know. Bam is a bad motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? He has been through the trenches. He fought Estrada. I saw them fights. We played those fights right here on Full Kind of Boxing. So y'all know I fucks with it. Y'all know that I mess with it. So this ain't no fluke that you seeing me covering the lightweight division. So y'all know I don't be caring about it like that. Long as there's some good fighting going on, I want to see what Bam can do. I want to see. You know, they showing Anthony. They showing Anthony Joshua when he knocked out Jake Paul. I think that was a great moment in boxing history when they beat the charlatan. Even though I hate Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? I hate Anthony Joshua because he ducked Deontay Wilder for so many years, and now he's acting like he's some kind of confident veteran and shit, man. I'm like, bro, you are a coward, bro. You are a 6'6" coward. You know, it's like they just don't make fighters the way they used to, man. Like these guys, they're so pussy, bro. It's just ridiculous. It is they so pussy, bro, nowadays. Let me see. I got my let's see, making sure that my damn thing stay charged up. Okay. What's going on, man? Y'all come on in, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy. You know. Y'all already know. I know if you're a boxing fan that you are tuned in right now to the zone. And I know at the last minute, you know what I'm saying, you paid your money so you can see Bam Rodriguez, you know what I'm saying, see what he's gonna do against Antonio Vargas. Right? And, I already know because I be sitting around saying I ain't finna pay for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And at the last minute, here I am. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get in and see what Bam is gonna do. What's going on, all things? You said smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just like me. You be running around paying bills and shit, you know what I'm saying? And you're getting your beer together. You said, man, I ain't finna watch that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, here you go. The fight get close. She's like, I wonder what Bam gonna do. I didn't even see any co-main events that I saw. I just watched the co-main event. I like this shit ain't, it ain't, with the tic tac weights, you know what I'm saying? It's just got to be really special. It's got to be really special fights. Now they're showing Jerron Bucenis, and it's crazy. What's crazy about that is that now that saying the odds are like really changing in Zayed's favor. People are thinking that Zayed is going to beat Jerron Bucenis. So that's the public opinion that's changing. Saying people are thinking that um, Xander Zayas is going to beat Jerron Bucenis. I'm just like, man, what the hell is crazy? You know, I know, saying I fucks with him though, all things. I really do. Saying? I went so far as to study all that shit, saying, but they don't, it's not consistent, right? So, the stardom and saying they go back and forth so much, saying it's hard to keep a consistent champion because they beating each other so much, right? And so fast. It's just the belts changing hands so fast, right? Um, but I mean, if you into the lighter weights, it's action. There's good boxing going on. It's just that people tend to, they tend to like the glamour divisions, starting at 135, starting to, at 147. And then, you go into 154, and what I'm saying, everybody knows, these are the glamour divisions, 160, 160. I don't think 168. I think it's one. Is it it's 168, and then I don't think 175 is a glamour division, but then the heavyweight. I think it kind of skips them from middleweight, and it goes to middleweight, and then it goes to I don't even think super middleweight is a glamour division. It skips that and goes straight to heavyweight. So it's just certain divisions that are glamour divisions where people pay attention, and what I'm saying, in certain divisions, people don't give a shit about. Really, it starts at 147. Even 135 is not a glamour division, tell you the truth. It just depends on who's at 135, but really everything starts at 147, what I'm saying, for people to be interested, what I'm saying, where you're going to make money, and I'm talking about life changing money. He said, Boost level up from Xander, in my opinion. I like the fight though. But, the public opinion is changing, not for me, but just for, casually that's out there in the world, that people are looking at the fight, and they, maybe they just want to put doubt in people's minds that maybe Xander can pull this thing off. But I see Boots going into, you know, secret agent deep training mode. He's doing all the breathing apparatus. He's doing the high tech training and stuff. He really wants to be on point, and I think he really wants to make a statement for the 154. His 154. It's not his debut, because when he beat that bum ass nigga, that was his debut. You know what I'm saying? This is his second fight at 154. So he has to perform, and he has to like really put on a great performance. He has to separate himself. And if he don't, man, it's so much talent at 154, they're gonna be coming for his ass. You know what I'm saying? We already know that. And there's a lot of competition that he's gonna have to get through. Not only do we have Xander, what I'm saying, he got, Fundora. What I'm saying? He got Fundora. He got Mandrinov. He's got, um, a lot of them are falling off so fast. It's kind of hard to keep up. What I'm saying? A lot of them getting Falummaloomed so damn fast. It's kind of hard to keep up with who's actually good at 154, and that's a good thing. What I'm saying? That's a good thing because like Bakram, what I'm saying, they're getting weeded out. I thought Bakram was going to be a problem. What I'm saying? But he got beat by Josh Kelly, of all people, right? Now, I'm not saying Josh Kelly is a bum ass fighter, but what I'm telling you is I would have thought that it would have been somebody else to beat Backroom, maybe a Jamil Charlo, maybe a Jerron Bucenis, maybe, say a Madron, somebody like that. Even Bokachuk has fallen off. I think he's fighting in a whole nother damn division. I thought, he was going to be a problem. He dropped Virgil Ortiz 2 times, right? I thought he was going to be a problem, but now it's almost like he's a punch drunk now. So now he has like no punch resistance all of a sudden. So we got to watch these fights closely. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they move is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like they fall off so damn fast. It's like, wait a minute, didn't that motherfucker just gave such and such a hard time? And just all of a sudden now you can't take a punch. So, you kind of got to watch boxing. If you don't watch the fights, you don't know what the hell is going on. He said, "What up, Pool? What's going on, Doc Kent? I see you out there, my brother. You know how we do." He says, "Yeah." He said, "I don't follow the lower weight classes than 130, but I'm willing to see what all the buzz about this Bam cat at 170. Come on, man. You already know about Bam. Come on, you done been on my channel. We watched Bam matches before. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. A lot of people don't think that Pool kind of boxing cover a lot of shit. I cover a lot of shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? For a working ass dude, you know what I'm saying? I cover a lot of damn fights. You know what I'm saying? We've been what? We've been around for what, about 8 years? You know what I'm saying? 8, 9 years, something like that. Shit, we've been around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't try to, go out there and uh, you know, bogart everybody else. And I try not to criticize channel. I try to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why a lot of guys fuck with my channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we're real boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the clicks and likes. You know what I'm saying? I would like to have them, but the more you get clicks and likes, the more you have to do. You have to perform for those clicks and likes. You know what I'm saying? I like the pure boxing. You know what I'm saying? We got pure boxing fans over here, and that's what I love about it. I'm not putting on for motherfucker. If I like a fighter, I'm gonna tell you I like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't understand what's the problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that I don't like a fighter. I'm gonna let you know, and it's okay if you don't like the fighter that I like. You know what I'm saying? That's what boxing is all about. Motherfucker, we're not all gonna agree because we're boxing fans, right? You got the style that you like, I got the style that I like. You know what I'm saying? But I want your true opinion, right? And I'm not gonna call you a dummy because of your opinion. This is a truly down the middle, type of channel, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's biased, depending on who you like. That's just boxing fans. You like certain motherfuckers. And don't go out here hiding like you don't. He says just like Dalton Smith beat Matias. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? When I saw that, bro, Dalton Smith, the great white hope, went out there and beat Matias, and Matias is all got dope up all in his ass. I was like, bro, I was like, Matias, man, I thought Matias, yeah, and y'all remember how I was on top of Matias. I thought Matias was shit. They got Vargas coming to the Antonio Vargas is walking to the stage right now. But I was a big Matias. I was big on Matias because I love how he just kind of went out there like Tio Trinidad and just start fighting. But that I didn't know he was on so many. I didn't know he was on steroids. Which was sad, bro, because you know you give your spirit up to fight, but getting behind these fighters, and you find out they cheating. You know what I'm saying? He says, Bam, yeah, he's a highly skilled fighter, man. It's like, how can you not see the fighters that are really good, bro, and not follow them? You know? Say, it's you said who fighting? It's Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Antonio Vargas. Now, at first, I ain't finna lie to you. I thought it was the Vargas Fernando Vargas son. I had to look up the shit. I was like, no, that nigga ain't no relation to Fernando Vargas. So that's really what got me interested. Cause I said, okay, but his sons are high up in weight. You know what I'm saying? Because Fernando Vargas, those are legacy fighters, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see that. I said, damn, that's really what attracted me to it. Because I didn't want to see Bam just go through anybody. I want to see him go through some legacy fighters. But this dude has no attachment to ferocious Fernando Vargas. He's not one of his sons, right? But that's what I thought when I first saw it. And but that's not what it is, man. This dude, he's been knocked out by Jose Cardenas. and saying Jose Cardenas, knocked him out in the first round. So, saying we might get a KO here. Saying we might, Bam might get him a KO in the first round. I don't think it may last that long because I think Bam is light years beyond a lot of these fighters now. I don't think they're as dedicated as Bam. Bam just seemed like he just one of them dudes that love to fight. He's got a natural he's got a natural ability to fight, and he's just got great instincts in the ring. Um, he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. He says Vargas is a good fighter, but Bam is just yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. He is levels above, bro. Um, he just kind of, remember how Cotto just was relaxed? He's just that relaxed warrior in the ring. Like it's certain Mexican fighters, like when you saw what his name was that fought Mayweather. Certain fighters got a certain swag in the ring where they just comfortable. What I'm saying, with taking punches and throwing punches. Bam is like one of them. He's like a Salvador Sanchez type of motherfucker. He just, certain fighters just got a certain disposition in the ring, and where they just comfortable. What I'm saying? And I love to see that, what I'm saying, because they out here putting it on the line and they just look super, it's natural. Yeah. Yeah, what I'm saying? It's just like, wow, how can this motherfucker be this comfortable when he got somebody who's just as skilled as he is, somebody who's been training for weeks. And, Bam is one of them dudes, man. He one of them dudes where he just confident and he's really, really good at what he does. To be a fighter, he knows what he's doing in the ring. He got a lot of tools. And it's really fun to watch him. Now I know a lot of people are not familiar with Jesse Bam Rodriguez, but he's a special one, man. He's a special one. He don't just rely on reflexes, and he don't just rely on what I'm saying, his physical abilities. No, he is highly skilled, bro. And you'll see some shit tonight. You'll see what I'm talking about once you see him fight. Say, okay, you're like this dude. I see what Pool's saying, man. Pool, this dude is special, you know. And there's a lot of special dudes down there at 118. There's a lot of hungry Mexicans. And I don't know. I guess black people are just born big as hell because we don't have a lot of big, small motherfuckers that fight at the tic tac weights. What I'm saying? It's like mostly Mexicans and foreign people. What I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say anything about the Mexicans overall, but it's just they tend to eat up them. They tend to the Asians and they tend to they tend to populate, what I'm saying, those small divisions, and the higher you go up, then you start seeing some melon going on. And not to say that, Asian people are melanated too, because you see some burnt up Hawaiians and shit, Samoans, and you see some burnt up ass Asians that come from them dark ass, Philippines, they be dark as hell, you know. I know they're not gonna do the national anthem. I know this shit. That shit gonna be fucked up. This shit. The national anthem from them other countries. I think the United States, and maybe I'm just biased, what I'm saying, because I'm American. What I'm saying? They be having some really shitty anthems, and maybe it's just the language. Maybe I'm just biased because, I like English. They be having some fucked up what's going on, Jay? What's happening, bro? We're about to get started with this Bam fight. I don't know. Bam just always look like he's just so laid back. Saying he says, "What's good, Pussy? I'm out and about." He said, "I'm gonna hop on for a sec." Okay, I just dropped the link. Saying after the fight, if you're still on, yeah, I'll be on. So Bam looked like he's going to go out here and take care of business, and he's just gonna move on to the next situation. I mean, he could have been undisputed, y'all, if he would have fought Andrew Mahoney. He would have been undisputed. So I guess he figured that he could always go back down unless this, I don't know. I don't understand why he took this fight. The money had to be pretty good. The money had to be pretty good for him to take this fight over becoming undisputed. But I noticed that a lot of fighters are not caring about undisputed. They say he should have took. He said it should be a good one tonight. Vargas is skilled, and he just got suspect 10. Well, he got KO'd, but that was 11 fights ago. That was 11 fights ago. So, he's been on Antonio Vargas has been on 11 win run. So hopefully that's giving him some confidence. You know what I'm saying? So it's for a belt, a higher division. I think what WBA is for. It's for Antonio Vargas WBA. But we already know that Bam is used to having belts. So it's got to be something that he's seen in Antonio Vargas, a challenge that to get a championship in the higher division is pretty good, to become another division champion, you know what I'm saying, to add that to your accolade. You know what I'm saying? That's cool too. Um, you know, man, he's from my damn state. He's from Kissimmee, Florida. Oh man, Florida about to take a L. Mm-mm. But Florida about to take a L. Boy, if you're gonna represent Florida, you know what I'm saying, you got to represent right. I wish he was from California. I mean, I would have been more comfortable with that. I don't like to see Florida take a L. But here we go. We're about to get this shit started. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get it going. Let's see. 17%. Yes, sir. He said, I'm in Florida. Yeah, I'm from Florida. I'm from Gainesville, Florida. Went to high school, all that. Went to high school. I'm a Gator, man. I'm a Gator. I know you probably from Miami or some shit like that. You know, I'm a Gator, bro. You know what I'm saying? All my people from, Gainesville, Florida. You know. So Bam is getting ready, what I'm saying? They're announcing him, and it should be all good. Oh, Orlando. Okay, that's my brother down in Orlando, where he moved from there to Puerto Rico, down in Puerto Rico. So, but I like Orlando, I like, so you go to Walt Disney World whenever you get ready, all things. You probably done been there so many times you don't even think about that shit. You know. I've been to Walt. I took my kids to Walt Disney World, and I went um one time when I was 11. I went down to Walt Disney World. So they explaining the rules to him. This dude is Antonio's got some size on Bam. He got some size on Bam. So Bam kind of looks small. I guess it makes sense. He's moving up from 115 to 118, and let's see how this thing go. Antonio, he looks a little tight. He looks a little tight. So he knows what he got in front of. He knows Bam is a pretty slick dude. Let's see if Bam has bitten off more than he can chew. Cause this boy look like David Benavidez. When it comes with the size that Antonio he got some size over Bam, bro. But this was a feel out round. Bam, he going to the body with the stab jab. He got the movement early. Just kind of testing the waters, testing the reaction. You know, Bam coming out, he's pumping that jab. His jab is pretty smooth. They got to watch them heads. Watch them heads. Mexicans, they like to bend over the knee for some reason and do the high guard. While they jabbing. But Antonio, he don't seem like he backing down now. You already know what the Mexican style is. It's about coming forward. You can't be fronting in front of the Mexicans. Like you weak. They like a race of Cleons or something. They got to project strength at all times. So Bam, he's getting it. Really, he's outboxing him in this first round. Because he's connecting, and the other guy, he's just kind of trying to play defense and trying to pivot. But Bam, okay, he came a couple of little shots there. For for Antonio, but he's getting caught to the body. Bam slipping. You know what I'm saying? Bam, yeah, he's a high Mexican style. I dig that. You know, it's a beautiful style that he has. You know, because he likes to mix it up. You know, at the same time he like to counter and make you miss, and he's really good at that. So he's trying to get this kid to open up. You know, I love how Bam kind of lull you into opening up, and then he hits you. He hits you with the poop pop and get your ass up out of there. You know, this dude don't seem like he's too quick on the uptake. You know what I'm saying? Because Bam is just trying to draw him out. You know, trying to get him to open up, and he's not taking the bait right now. Look like he's a little bit too afraid to open up. But Bam is trying to give him every opportunity. He's trying to get into the lane and see what he's gonna do. Well, I think he's too smart for that. Bam putting his head, he's trying to get him to throw out all his, you know what I'm saying, trying to get him out there and trying to stretch him out, you know what I'm saying, to get him open up. This guy's just he's just laying back. You know, he's just being very strategic, you know what I'm saying, just throwing when he has to, keeping them gloves up. He's keeping that glove up to that chin. Oh, nice jab. Nice straight right, left. No, that was straight right. That was nice straight right. I mean, he's connecting, you know, but he lost that round though. You know, Antonio lost that round in my opinion. You know, he's playing, he's being too defensive. You know, he's gonna have to take it to Bam, you know what I'm saying, if you want to win against Bam, right? I think it's gonna get nasty by the end of the fight, you know, but I think he just kind of wanted to see what Bam was working with as far as his strength, as far as but Bam is not gonna expose all that. You know, he's a very clever type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's very deceptive, and they do that. You could do that at this weight class. You know, I've seen these guys like punch continually throughout the fight. You know what I'm saying? And just continue. You know, they so small and so light that they just keep punching, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it, especially when they got power. So I'm wondering if Antonio can take the pressure. You know, because you know Bam haven't turned up yet. You know, he haven't turned. He's just trying to see where this guy at now. Now he's starting to time him. He's starting to use his reflexes now and timing. And look, he's turning up just a little bit. He's turning up just a little bit. You said Vargas says Darkest says Vargas doesn't seem like he came to lose. I give him round. You gave Vargas round one, man. Yeah, I mean look like Bam was controlling the action. I don't know. He said I feel like it's a matter. Me too. All things. I think it's a matter of time too because look at Bam, man. The hand speed is there. He's just humbling this guy, hitting him at will. Now he just caught a left hook right there. Now Bam just caught a left hook, but it looked like it wasn't no significance to it. You know, look at that up jab, man. The angle on that up jab, it's like the way he's switching and pivoting on the inside, bruh, bruh. You know, look at the upcut, man. Oh my God, the body shot. Oh my God. Okay, okay, Vargas, give me some respect. Oh shit! He just whoa, fuck. He just caught. He just caught. Damn, I couldn't even say it. Rodriguez and shit. They're like, give me some respect, my brother. Oh, body shot by goddamn Rodriguez, bro. I told y'all. I told y'all be bullshitting, bro. He said Vargas doesn't feel like he came to lose. He said Bam's too much. Yeah, but man, he getting hit. He getting countered, bro. You know what I'm saying? It may not. I mean, oh shit! What a left cross. Wow. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. Oh, nice jab by Vargas. Oh, uppercut by Vargas. Oh, come on now. Come on. Oh, wait a minute now. He's catching Bam on the end of his punches. Bam's looking red. Now, what's going on? What is happening? Oh, nice body shot. Okay, he turned him. He pivoted on him. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute now. Vargas. Oh, wait a minute. I think you're ahead of me, Darkin. I think you're ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? That's why you seeing, cause I'm seeing what you seeing now. You know what I'm saying? I think you're ahead of me. But when I tell you, man, this dude ain't playing. Vargas ain't playing, bro. You know, he's got the time. He's not as fast as Rodriguez, but he's got that nice little sneaky uppercut uh that he's putting in there. Oh, wait a minute, man. Vargas is getting off. Oh, wait a minute. Man, wait a minute. Oh, man. Oh, he is catching Bam. What's going on? Bam. Oh, yeah. Round number 2 was Vargas. Oh man, Vargas round number 2. Vargas came on. He went in on the end. He went Super Saiyan 1 on the end, bro. He went Super Saiyan 1 on the end. You know what I'm saying? He was connecting, bro. He is here to fight. You know, Antonio Target, he is here to fight, bro. He ain't playing no games, bro. That was connection. I'm saying that was full connection, bro. He combinations, bro. I mean, I didn't think I'd see Bam, in this kind of back and forth. And when he started catching them with the counters, and then his hand speed picked up, bro. It's like, what the fuck? It's like Bam, bro. He started connecting to Bam, man. It's like, wow. I think you ahead of me, Darkin, because you must be seeing this, you know. But bro, at the end of that round, man, the last minute and a half or so, man, your boy Antonio took over, man. I mean, it's like he just bust out that shell. So I think they're gonna loosen up. I think this should be a wild gunfight in round number 3. So I like how Rodriguez is pivoting on his ass and changing angles on his ass and turning him. You know what I'm saying? He better keep that up and stop staying stationary. Because the more he stays stationary, this guy's pretty good at hitting Bam. That's a good body shot by Vargas. You know what I'm saying? Even though Rodriguez is turning and pivoting, he's still getting hit, what I'm saying, to the bread basket. And that's going to help Vargas out later, you know. So they gave Vargas number 1 and they get no, they gave Vargas number 1 and they gave Rodriguez number 2. I don't see how. It was like the reverse for me. But one thing about it, Rodriguez is staying right in front, man. He's trying to get him to expand. I think he's trying to. Oh man, good combination by Vargas. And he banging it out, man. These boys banging it out. It's almost like he got like a Lomachenko where he likes to kind of cross over your legs and try to go behind you and all that. That matrix shit. You know. So, but I think he's just trying to get Vargas to expend a lot of energy. He's trying to get him to wear himself out, you know, trying to get him to throw and miss and stuff, trying to agitate him so he don't think about his energy. And so he could take him into the deep waters and knock him out. Oh man, I see what Vargas doing. Vargas ain't putting everything on his shots. He's just trying to connect and stay and conserve his strength. He know what's going on. He know what time it is. So, he's not putting everything on these shots. He's just kind of connecting. And he's doing a good job because, he's scoring a lot more than Rodriguez right now. He's getting 2, 3. He's making sure he's putting those shots in. See, he's tapping them. They're not hard shots, but see that like he just going to the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combination. He's very busy. Rodriguez, I think he's just trying to get him to work. You know, And see, that was a good 3 body shot combination. What I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, Vargas is pretty damn good. He just took one to the bread basket, and he's gonna have to be careful not to punch himself out. You know, I think Rodriguez is trying to get him lost in the offense, and trying to get him to expend some of that energy. But shit, that was a swing round. But I do think Vargas won that round. I think he was just more busy. I think he was more conscious of touching Bam. I think Bam was trying to get him just to throw for the fences and try to wear him out. But I do think that was a Vargas round. You know what I'm saying? I would get that round to Vargas. If I had to choose one and you had to put a gun to my head, I would say Vargas won that round. But if you look over there, is that Vargas? Look like he's breathing hard, or is that Bam? They all kind of look alike. Yeah, they getting it in. They getting it in all things. No, that's Bam, isn't it? Bam breathing hard as a motherfucker. So it looked like Bam expended more energy in that round. He says Vargas giving Bam some work. That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, like I gave Vargas that last round, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think. Let me see. You know, Bam gonna have to make an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting out work right now, and what I'm saying he's gonna have to make Vargas not think about what he's doing in there because he's making sure that he throw more punches and land more than him by each round. And Bam is just really being strategic, what I'm saying, and trying to get him to miss, oh, nice pivot, goddamn right hook upside the head, man. That's why I like this dude. I like his style. I like Bam's style. Man, these boys going at it, man. I love it. The action, the all action. Bam is using rough tactics. He's using his veteran ability, and but your boy Vargas is just punching. He ain't letting none of that. He don't care about none of that shit, bro. He is really breaking through and just punching and staying active. You know, he's coming up with that up jab and shit. That shit is deadly. Oh, shit! Now he getting beat by the punch sometimes, but it's turning into swing rounds because they kind of like just going back and forth with the countering. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think that Vargas is getting more in. It's hard to tell because they're going back and forth. But it looked like Vargas is getting the best of the action. Even though, what I'm saying, Bam is more strategic with his punching. He might be landing like maybe the more effective punches because Vargas is busy trying to land those busy punches. You know what I'm saying? So I think Bam is trying to change his strategy. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to like really make him miss. He's just really countering really well right now. You know, even though Vargas is concentrating on volume. You know, but look like Bam is trying to like really get like effective hooks, up jabs and stuff, and trying to pivot out the way. So I think this is a better round for Bam. I think it's a better round for Bam. You know, yeah, they scrap. He says Vargas giving your man Bam some work. I think so. He says, wow. He says Nick's about to win this championship. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to apologize for beating up all the Spurs and shit around New York. You know, or they should be in San Antonio. Oh, good body shot by Bam. Bam he putting that body work in. Now he's really making Vargas miss. You know what I'm saying? I get that round to Bam. I get that round to Bam. You know what I'm saying? I think Bam really made him miss. I think he got him worked up. I think he did excellent countering, and I think he won that one. They dropped the link in case anybody want to come up and what I'm saying, talk about this fight. And then there you go. So this is a damn good fight. I don't know why people don't watch the Tic Tac divisions, man. These fights be good, man. They be like really good. You know. So Vargas is really giving Bam some work, like you said. He's really in there, bro. He ain't getting outclassed or anything like that. But what I'm saying, it's just kind of like going back and forth. You know. So Rodriguez, he's coming out. He's going up. He's doing his thing. Up jab. You know what I'm saying? really trying to take control. So they gave Vargas, the last round. So oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. He just knocked down Vargas. Wait a minute, I didn't even see the goddamn punch, bro. Wait a minute, I got to see that again because that shit was so fast. It was, bro, it was ridiculous. Look at that. He's doing that pivot thing again. Oh, now he's going in. Bam is going in. Oh my God, he's trying to hold on. Vargas is trying to hold on. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. Jesse is feeling. I mean, Rodriguez is feeling weakness. You know, it might have just been a flash knockdown. He better be careful. Mm. Oh, nice body shot by Vargas, man. You know, he better be careful when people are hurt. That's when they're the most dangerous. You know, Jesse is all over him, man, right now. But Vargas is fighting back. You know, he is fighting back. You know, saying he don't seem like he wobbly too much. It don't look like his legs are going. So, you know, Jesse better, uh, Bam better be careful. Yeah, because he's still sharp, bro. You know, he's coming forward too. Vargas is coming forward. But that's a 10-8 round if Bam don't get hurt. You know, because there's still a lot of time in this round. There's still a lot of time, and boy, they going at it. Man, good shot by Bam. And Bam is dominating this round. So, you know, he is holding on. Vargas is holding on a lot. But he is connecting too. And he's pushing Bam back. So but Bam, that was a good knockdown, bro. They scrapping, man. You know what I'm saying? Antonio, his legs are good. I don't know. He kind of a little rocky, just a little. Bam can't seem to follow up. You know what I'm saying, and get the same result. Man, it looked like they both a little tired. That was good, man. That was a good knockdown. But Rodriguez, he putting pressure on. You know what I'm saying? But look like Vargas is he still got his legs, man. He's still holding up. He's punching back. You know what I'm saying? Pushing Rodriguez against the ropes. You know, uppercut. Which was partially blocked. He's still in there. He's still in there. He ain't done. Vargas is still in the game, man. He's still in the game. So, I'm sure they're gonna show that knockdown again. That shit was so fast I didn't even see it. I want to see that knockdown again and see, what was what how did that happen? So here we go, they're showing the rerun and boom, okay, he caught him with a left, you know what I'm saying, and he went down. Okay. Damn, that nigga was flat on his back, man. That nigga recovered. He must be in some excellent shape. Antonio Vargas must be in excellent shape, bro. Man, the way he broke down, that shit was crazy. It should have been over the way he broke down. It should have been over. But let's see. You know, that's a 10-8 round for Bam. This is round number 6. And he coming out. He caught with a straight left, caught Vargas with a straight left. Vargas holding on. You know, Bam is putting that pressure on him. So, Vargas is throwing to the wind, Bam catching them, you know what I'm saying? Catching them from the outside, darting in at different angles, putting them angles on his ass. You know what I'm saying? He putting that pivot shit on him, man. You know what I'm saying? Look like Vargas become a little discombobulated. You know what I'm saying? He don't know where the punches are coming from, what angles. He's coming forward though, his legs look a little weird. You know what I'm saying? And Bam is just going a circle in his ass. Now, I'm not saying now Bam, he ain't as accurate as he was, but you know what I'm saying, he's just catching them with certain fight. Oh shit. He just cut. Oh my God, that nigga got knocked out, bro. Oh my God. They keep changing the angle of the fucking camera, bro. Mm. They keep changing. As soon as that dude land, they keep changing the angle of the camera. And he got knocked out just that fast, bro. Jesus Christ. He walked right into the, I can't tell if it was a left or a right, but he just got knocked out, bro. That shit was crazy. God damn. 6 round knockout, man. By Bam. Man, congratulations. Damn. And it just looked like Vargas was getting his shit together too. He looked like he was getting his shit together. You know what I'm saying? And he ran straight into that damn punch. I mean, they need to stop talking so we can see what punch that Bam landed, you know what I'm saying, to produce that knockout. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what transpired. Let's see what transpired. So, they're congratulating Bam right now. I guess everybody like, this was going to be a fast one anyway. So, he's got the WBA right now at 118. So, he's the new WBA champion at 118. So, my boy, he looked like he's very, he's still trying to figure out where he at. He's still trying to figure out where he at, bro, because that shit was so fast, bro. I mean, shit, they need to show the rerun already. But when you're talking about these flyweights, you know what I'm saying, you got to see. See, now here we go. Bam, just couple of jabs, and boom. What was that? An uppercut? Because the angle of the camera, you can't see. Okay, boom, boom. Oh, he just caught him with a straight left and dropped him. Boom to the body, head, boom, straight right on the chin, bro, and dropped him. He just collapsed. Okay, okay. Bam ain't playing, bro. Bam ain't playing. Knocked him out, bro. This kid, man, Bam, he needs to fight in a way. He needs to fight in a way. He is so good, bro. He is so good. Bam Rodriguez, people sleep on him, but the dude is a straight champion, man. He's a great champion. I don't see nobody beating him no time soon. I wish he go back down to 115 and become undisputed and fight Andrew Mahoney. I think that's a fight. I don't know how important it is to Bam to become undisputed, but I would love for him to get that accolade. And you can always come back up to 118 if he's fighting like this. What's that? His daughter. You know what I'm saying? And this is really great, man. Hey, congratulations to Bam Rodriguez and Vargas. He really did everything he could do. He was just limited, against a better fighter. So we already know what Bam could do in the ring. So once again, he KOs his opponent. And I didn't think it would last long. You know what I'm saying? Because Bam is one of them special fighters. You know what I'm saying? He's seen everything that Vargas had, and then he stopped putting it together. And it was a good fight. It was a good fight, long as it lasted. You know what I'm saying? Long as it lasted. Sometime it be like this. Especially at these weights. You know, Bam is that dude, man. He's just that dude. Now we'll see what he do next. See if he'll go back down and try to claim undisputed. But he dropped the belt, so I mean, I don't think he would want to go around and try to gather all the belts. So maybe he'll just wait for one guy to get all the belts and just go knock that dude out. You know what I'm saying? But to see Bam go up to 122, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how would he fare up at 122. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see it though. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching this guy for a while, and he's very special. But he keep going back and forth, between 115, 118. So, you know, it just is what it is, see if he's gonna, challenge himself and step up to the heavier divisions. I know he don't want to fuck with what's his name? Figueroa. And I know Figueroa is too heavy now. to fight at 122. But Figueroa was a monster, bro. You know, but good for Bam, man. You know what I'm saying? He made this a short affair, and it was a good fight, long as it lasted. Now he's the WBA champion at 118. You know what I'm saying? So we already know how Bam get down. So he don't get paid for overtime. He get paid for knocking your ass out and moving on to the next fight. And it is what it is. And it is what it is. That's why I love fight. He fights so efficiently. That it seemed like it's nothing. You know. You see, I see Bam got him out darkened. All things. It's like the one thing we love about the Mexican boxing, bro. They ain't finna waste no time, bro. They ain't wasting no time, bro. They finna get in there and they finna get it in. And if you can beat me, beat me. If not, I'm gonna knock your ass out. I'm going for the knockout. That's what I love about Bam, is that if you don't have the skills, what I'm saying, to pay the bills, he's gonna get your ass up out of there. If you don't belong in the ring with him, he's gonna get you out of there. He's not gonna go 12 rounds like Shakur Stevenson. If he can get you up out of there, you ain't gonna be around too long. you know. And look like Vargas, the crazy thing is, look like Vargas was doing very well. It's just that this dude set him up. And, Bam knows how to set up his punches. And he look at your flaws, he analyzes you for a few rounds, and what I'm saying, and he just capitalized, and a more experienced champion, you know, and he fell for it. He fell for elementary shit, you know. Bam is that dude. Sometimes it's just it's his time, right? It's his time to shine. And right now he's shining, bro. It's like I would love to see what he's gonna do next. You know, what are the champions? I got the champions at 118 right here. Let's see, all the champions that's at 118 right now. Let me see. Let me put them on the screen. No, that ain't it. Let's see. So for the WBC, you got Tama Inoue, and you can't hardly pronounce these motherfuckers' names. Jose Salas and Christian Medina. You know what I'm saying? And you got, these are the champions right now. That's at 118. So we'll see if he challenges one of those guys, and saying, try to get the title. Maybe he'll become undisputed at 118. I don't see none of these guys really fucking with Bam. So pretty much he could write his own ticket. And the dude is a bad motherfucker, man. So what can you say about it? You know, Bam is that dude. You know. So I'm glad I didn't watch 100 fights. I'm glad I didn't watch 100 fights of people I don't even know. You know, people I'm not even interested in, Darkin. Really, I mean, it was good for a Saturday night. But really, what we want to see that Earl Spence Jr. fight, because that's coming up fast. The Earl Spence Jr. fight against Tim Tszyu, that's going to be an exciting fight. I'm saying, to see Earl Spence Jr. get back into the ring, get back into the mix of things, see what he looked like. I'm saying, I look forward to seeing Abdullah Mason fighting Joe Cordina, Cordine, or whatever his name is. I'm saying, I look forward to seeing that fight. It's a lot of fights that's coming up. I'm saying, I'm looking forward to seeing. And we got some good boxing to go during the year. We don't know what the hell. I think they got that David Benavidez fight versus Beterbiev. They talking about they're gonna get that fight on. Even though they were supposed to have been fighting before, but Beterbiev finally came out and start talking shit about David Benavidez, and now look like Beterbiev and David Benavidez is going to be on. Look like that fight is going to be on. That's going to be a big fight to look forward to. David, he's been getting the short end of the stick for a long time. So now it's his time to shine. So if he could beat Better Be, you know what I'm saying? Bivol don't seem like he want that smoke with Dave Benavidez. I don't think it's because he's scared. I just think he want the big money from Ala Sheik. And, you know what I'm saying? He dropped the WBC so David can get it. And, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't for him, you know, it's about the money. So if he could get better, if he could beat Better Beef and he get that Bill fight, you know what I'm saying, he could become undisputed at 175. So I'm looking forward to that for the Mexican monster. You know, who knows what's gonna happen between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. We don't know. But it's looking more like he's gonna have to fight Keyshawn if you want to keep his WBO title. And I don't have no problems with that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think Dev will beat shit out uh, Shakur, not Shakur, but Keyshawn Davis. So if he's forced to fight Keyshawn and then he had to fight Shakur later, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that if Devin Haney goes out there and beat the hell out of Keyshawn Davis, I don't think he'll ever get that Shakur Stevenson fight. That's just what I believe. You know, good. Congratulations, Bam Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? We all knew you could do this. There's too much skills, too much experience, too much skill for Antonio Vargas, bro. I want to see the 140 division crank up like this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keep talking about Dalton Smith. You know, Dalton Smith is the great white hope at 140. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't think he's gonna pan out, bro. You know, I don't think he's gonna pan out. Just too much diversity going on. Damn, he caught that motherfucker in a swing too, man. He caught Vargas in a swing, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Well, I tell you, boy, Bam is a little badass motherfucker, man. You know, I don't know why more people don't watch Bam, but you know, people are just not interested. You know, in the 118 division, they're just not interested. That's one little badass, man. One little badass. I remember when Chocolate Tito was on his run, man. You know, he was another one that was pretty good to watch. You know, they throw 1,000 punches per damn round. You know, but Bam, he's that dude, man, right now. So you know, that was entertaining. You know, saying he got him up out of there. 6 round knockout. So it is what it is, man. You know, what fights do you guys? What fights are you? Now I know everybody wants to see the Jerron Business Xander fight. I know everybody wants to see that. You know what I'm saying? And the way things are swinging, um, it look like people are thinking that Xander Zayas has a better chance of beating Boots. That's the narrative right now that they're going with. Um, you know, there always seem to be a surge, you know what I'm saying, against the favorite, which is Jerome Boots-Ennis, right? Because most people believe that Jerome Boots-Ennis is going to go in there and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's athletic, he's fast, he's got power. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he's that fighter that's is destined to be a generational fighter. So but people are saying like Xander is a highly technical fighter, right? That he can negate and nullify, you know, saying Jerron Boots-Ennis. So it's up to Jerron Boots-Ennis to, you know, like really change the minds of the boxing public, right? Because we've seen flaws in Jerron Boots-Ennis, but overall, most people know that Jerron Boots-Ennis should go in there and take care of business. He should be able to, you know what I'm saying, overwhelm and hit Xander from different angles, you know what I'm saying, and outmaneuver Xander's IS. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? But the more you hear these narratives that, you know, Xander, you know, he's a technical boxer, you know, he can box, he can move, and Jerome Boots isn't good against fighters that move. That's the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to put people, you know, sell the fight, and they're trying to put doubt in people's mind. But I see a Jerome Boots-Ennis that's focused, and I think I see a Jerome Boots-Ennis who is going to make a statement, and he really needs to make a statement in that fight because that's his signature fight. That's his claim to fame at 154. So this going to really tell a story for Jerome Bruce Ennis. So if there's any boxing business that anybody want to discuss, I would drop the link before we get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to discuss anything, I'm talking about, I don't care if it's Carissa Shields, you know what I'm saying, what she going through. Um, we just, whatever you guys want to talk about, you know. We're gonna have an open panel, to get out all your grievances, you know. Look like Crawford is becoming the ambassador, he's becoming a statesman, going around to all everybody fights and supporting, even supporting Errol Spence Jr. in his fight against Tim Tszyu. I kind of like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of like that Crawford, look like he's showing some growth, in his character as a champion, right? Since he's beaten Canelo. And of course, Canelo wants to run that shit back because, he looked bad in that fight, But I think Crawford probably is going to keep that victory over Canelo, you know, um, and don't give Canelo a chance to, do what he do, and come back for the fight. That motherfucker be flying and shit when he come back. That nigga be having all kind of shit in the system when he fight Crawford again. So all of a sudden that nigga don't even sit down for breaks. The nigga just be standing up and flying around. Saying that nigga be, doing the white lotus on Crawford. Crawford, like, he don't need that shit, man. He said he already won. He's not even worried about it. But it do look like Crawford is gaining weight for some reason. And I don't know what it is. Maybe he's trying to line up David Benavidez. Who knows? Who knows what Crawford's doing? But right now, Crawford is being a statesman for the sport of boxing. He's just going around supporting fighters. He was at the NOA fight. Um, I ain't got no problems with it. You know, Crawford did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So if he want to retire, you know what I'm saying, and just be, support, be support for the rest of boxing, that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to see Spence, get a couple of wins and maybe retire. I don't think, you know, seriously, to think that I think he could beat Tim Tszyu. Could he beat Fundora? It just depends on how you look against Tim Tszyu. It'll be hard to think that he can get active enough to beat Fundora. I don't think Fundora is all that, but I think Spence would have to he had to be at least 85% of the old Spence to beat a Fundora. You know what I'm saying? I think he have to be at least 85% of his old self, and I don't know if that still exists. You know, but I mean, I'm supporting EJ all the way. You know what I'm saying, to beat Tim Tszyu. And if he gets that fight, the next level, I would love to see him fight like a Mandrinov. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see him fight like a Virgil Ortiz. I think those are good fights for Errol Spence Jr. That should be, in his queue. You know, as far as dudes to fight in the future. I would love to see that. You know, or if you know if he could call out Crawford again, what I'm saying, at a heavier weight class, that'd be a beautiful thing to see. Even though people think, that Crawford would beat him again, what I'm saying, if he could fight Spence at a heavier weight class, what I'm saying, a more healthy weight, what I'm saying, I would love to see it. You know, I would love to see that. You know, so we got some fights that's coming up that's going to be pretty good. But like I said, the link is there. If it's anything that J Boxing, what I'm saying, you want to talk about Shakur, that's cool. Come on. I'm leaving the link open for you. If you want to talk about Shakur and why is he creating all these different stipulations, what I'm saying, for a catch weight. Um, it's time to fight Devin Haney, bro. We can't wait another 10 years for you to get in the ring with Devin Haney. You know, I would like to see Tank come out and fight the fights that we want to see. You know, there's too much protection that's going on with these fighters. There's too much protection. It's like, let Tank get out there and spread his wings. I mean, if you don't want to do that, then you can't make him do it. But my thing is, I think Tank got the ability. I think a lot of these fighters really just don't have the confidence, what I'm saying, to push themselves to fight the very elite, because they don't want to take the risk. If you don't believe in belts, if you don't believe in taking on the risk, it's like, what's the point if you're just fighting for money? And a lot of boxing fans are cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I want us to get back to the sport of boxing, what I'm saying, challenging, moving up, whatever you got to do to make the fight, to fight the best. You know, that's all it is. You know, but don't look like nobody want to come up. So, what I'm saying, we're gonna end it here, and I guess we'll come back tomorrow and see if we can get some of these Shakur fans to come through and see if they want to, argue about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So, this was a pretty good night, and I think we came to see what we were going to see, and I think congratulations to Bam. I thought it was a pretty good fight. I'm glad. Usually I come in and I watch all the prelims, and it'd be terrible. You know what I'm saying? Be like 6 hours of bullshit. But Bam went in there and took care of business. You know what I'm saying? Now we can move on to the next one. But I will come on tomorrow. I will come on tomorrow around about 9 or 10, and then saying we'll open up the open panel so we can have deep discussions about the state of boxing. So what I'm saying, I see you guys tomorrow, and saying, tell a friend. You know what I'm saying, check out Full Kind of Boxing. We laid back over here. We talk about boxing, talk about real shit, and it is what it is. See you guys tomorrow, man. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. You know what I'm saying? Peace out. So,